All right, all right, all right. What is up, everybody? It's coil class time. What time is it? It's coil class time. It is Tuesday, 7 p.m., which means it's coil class time. I mean, I can't say it many more times than that. What is coil class? Coil class are live videos I do every Tuesday. And I show you how to build coils from simplest to hardest. There's about 65 of these types of coils on a scale from 1 to 65. The difficulty we're at is about a 10. We're about a 10. If there was a scale of difficulty in coil building from 1 to 65, we're at about a 10. 10 out of 65, because this is lesson 10. Lesson 10 frames. I could have labeled this frames and cores, but we kind of looked at cores already. So I'm going to show you some of the more popular, simpler versions of framed builds, which means we're going to be putting stuff inside the coils that we've already learned. For instance, why YouTube? Just why? Why are you doing this to me right now? Whatever. Whatever. I keep pressing stuff on YouTube and it keeps staying there. It just stays. It's just staying. So I cleaned up. So I always tell you about how many RDAs I have. So this will give you a good guesstimation of how many. All right. So these are coil class coils that we've built already. That thing's not all the way filled. This was the first week right there in the stand-up 3D stands. Those are ones we did. All right, and then we got the Kim Dixon Merlin stand here. All right, and then we got a bunch of RDAs over here. We got a bunch of RDAs back there. I got a lot of freaking RDAs, man. It's up there. It's actually a little disgusting. Little disgusting how many RDAs I have. A little disgusting. So also with these coil class videos, I'm able to take some of these older RDAs and fill them up with coils so that they're not just sitting there collecting dust. I had to do a lot of dusting this weekend, a lot of cleaning. All right. So we are ready. My whole table's clean. Look at this. There are absolutely no coils anywhere. No coils all over my table. It's all nice and clean. Nice and clean. Even over here is pretty clean, which usually isn't clean. But even over here is pretty clean. All right. So we're ready to go. We are ready to go. Everything's going to go a little smoother when things are straightened up and cleaned. All right. I still got a long ways to go, though, man. Long ways to go. All right, so let me say hi to everybody that's in here real quick, and then we will get started. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. Put on live chat, and let's see who's here. It's just not doing it for me. All right, Big G Coils, what is up? Casper Coils is here. Dave Monteferro, what is up? Daytime Frank's here. What's up, Frank? Frank, I got to talk to you about the kind ground thing. Me and the patrons want to put something together, so I kind of wanted to talk to you about that. So I'll hit you up. Dustin Singer, what's up? Fabian, what is up? Glenn Donaldson, what's up? Jerry Lawrence, JJ Vapes, what is up? Kim Dixon is here. Lime Dog Chris, Marcos Montano, Mr. Pebble, Rodrigo, Sean Albright, what's up? Sicko Wicko, Stu Rep, Those Beans, and who the fuck smokes fruit anyway? What's up, everybody? So, now let us get to the building. So, first one up is a build that was my introduction to Mr. M. Turk. This is a build by M. Turk. Now, it's not necessarily the first framed build ever. It's just a fairly simple version. All right. So ever since people were able to do 3-core fuse claptons, you could imagine that they were putting a bunch of stuff in there. You know, they were just shoving hoagies in there. They were putting little juice boxes in there. They were throwing everything inside of these fuse claptons. They would take the 2 cores, put something in the middle, and then fuse it. All right. Same thing with stagger fuse claptons. You look at it and you're like, hey, you could throw stuff in here. Hey, this could fit a bus. You could throw stuff in here, guys. Right in them stagger fuse claptons. So we're going to do that tonight too. And then the other one is a build I kind of seen floating around the coil class. Hashtag reverse stag, which is you'll see. Okay, so first one we're going to do is the multi-core, framed multi-core, which is a build by M. Turk. Framed multi-core, all right? Frame multi-core basically takes a fuse clapton, just like I just said. It's a fuse clapton with twisted wires in the middle. The twisted wires are just a lot of high gauge twisted wires. So for this build, in order for you to see what I'm doing and just because I like using this wire here, what we're going to do is we're going to use for this build, for this multi-core, which vape amazing, by the way. M. Turk has a tutorial on multi-cores. That tutorial was the introduction also to swivels in the build community. Once that video dropped and people seen he was using a swivel, that's when people started using swivels, is that video, in my opinion, which I think my opinion is the only one that matters because it's my channel. And I know everything. I'm not wrong about anything. Just besides that one thing last week where I said, I forget what I said. Besides the whole 22 gauge D core for the alien stags. Besides that, it was 24. Besides that, I know everything. Okay. Okay. So, besides the one time, every other thing I say is correct. All right. What's up, Cameron? Bones the Skater, Philip Wheeler, Lime Dog Chris. I don't know if I'm saying hi twice. I don't really care. All right. My vape in here. I got some Adore You Liquid Sinful Apple Roll, Twisted Messes Pro, 24. With some sick old aliens in there. I got it on the Zenith 3. Now, I don't know, maybe somebody in chat could help me. I don't think Fresh is going to be on tonight. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be on here for 5 hours, but it does mean that, I don't think he's going to be on. He's going through a move. All right. So, framed multi-core. How you want to start this off is you want to get some kind of high gauge. Something like 38, 40, 42. You could do 36. The bigger the wire you use, the less strands. Lumi's pushing the stream tonight. All right, so Lumi will be live. Okay. They're like 45 bucks this. I think I got it for 35 at an event, but I think they're like 45 bucks. All right. So what I'm going to use, there you go, like Cameron said, something like 40 pieces of 40 gauge with 26 is the right amount there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 10 pieces of 38 with 28 frames. I'm going to make this a smaller version. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to do this. We are going to use a swivel. You damn near need a swivel for this. Damn near. Damn near. All right. So I'm going to take the 38. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tape measure out. All right, so if I want dual coil, what I want to do is I want to take the 38 out, 38 nichrome I'm using, and I want to give it a little stretch to make it straight, let go, and I'm getting out about, I don't know, 18 inches. You're going to want to use scissors for this, all right? Scissors for 38 and cut, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take another strand, stretch it the same amount, make it straight, and cut. Now this build also somewhat requires flattening. It doesn't have to be flattened, but at the end we will be flattening it. All right. Once again, this coil vape's really good. All right, so I'm going to get out. I think I'm going to do more than 10. I think 10 is a little cheap. All right, so here's 4. All right. This will be number 5. And this will be number 6. And that bounced out of my needle noses. How come these needle noses are feeling funny? All right, this is number 6, all right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ends of these and I'm going to try to get them all as even as possible. All right, so I'm going to take the ends of these wires. It's going to be really hard to see. That's kind of why I want to use 38, is because 40 would have been even harder to see. All right, I want to take the ends of these wires and I want to get them kind of even, you know? And if they're not all even, I'm just going to cut them even. All right, so now I got 6 wires in my hand right here. I just got them all even. And what I could do is just give them a little twist. All right, and that's going to just kind of collect them together, make them all connected right at the end here. All right, and then I'm going to take my fingers and run it down the wire all the way to the other end. All right. And I'm going to cut all these the same size. So I'm probably going to end up with something like 16 inches, and these didn't stay together at all. I'm probably going to end up with something like 16 inches after I do all this cutting and twisting and stuff. That's why I did 18. All right. All right. And they're all twisted together. And I am going to run my fingers down again. And then I'm going to bring both my hands together, bring both the ends together. Very easy. Both the ends together. You see I get this loop here. I'm going to bring these two guys together. Grab it with my needle noses and twist all these wires together. All right. Now, if I get something like this, I'm going to want to untwist them by doing that. Get this in here. Come on. Grab it like that. Whoa. Come on, fucker. How the hell did that happen? I know why. I should have did something a little different. I'm going to put my finger in the loop that doesn't have the twisted end. I'm going to fix it up just so I have this circle now. All right. What I should have did was put it on the swivel and then twisted them together. All right. So if you want a real tutorial of this, just go over to Terry's channel. All right. So now I put it on my loop. I actually didn't have to do that at all. I just put that on my loop, pull this way. All right. So I'm basically just making a twisted wire here. All right. With high gauge wires. All right. Put it into my drill. I bent it over just like I always do with wires. I bent that twisted wire over, put it in my drill. Now, one popped out, of course. Run my fingers down. Make sure I get them all in there. Make sure they're all the same tightness. And it back in there. No big deal. You want to make sure there's no wire, like one of the wires just poking up and out. You want to make sure that they're all pretty much the same tension and all that jazz. Now, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hold the swivel because I don't want my swivel to turn like this. I don't want it to turn. I want to hold the swivel so these wires twist. And I'm going to do a light twist. You could do however a twist you want. Light twist works better. All right. I'm just going to rotate it a couple times. When I let go of this, it's going to bounce around. But that's okay. I did probably 10 rotations there. Maybe even less. So just like 10 rotations with the drill. All right. And you could see the very, very slight twist. I mean, it's hardly twisted. All that's doing is keeping them together. That's all it's doing. You actually want this wire open. You're not going to see this in the build. What it's going to do is it's going to open up when we flatten it, and it's going to produce a lot of flavor, a lot of spaces for juice to get in, and it's going to light up quicker than a piece of 28 because it's a bunch of little wires. No, just do the 2-core. Wait until I'm getting so many of them questions. Can we do hybrid? Can we do a many core stack? We did probably 30 builds. You could find something very interesting to do with them 30 builds. Okay? Just use the builds we did. No. A 3-core stagger fuse clapton is a completely different lesson. It just wouldn't be fair to everybody else if somebody just came out with a triple enigma fused together. Like, it's just you could get so out of hand with that stuff that I don't want to get into that. Like the hybrid, just run it parallel. A parallel is actually harder than a hybrid anyway. So I would grade a parallel build better than a hybrid because it's honestly harder. So it's just whatever we learned. Whatever we learned. We'll do this challenge again when we learn that stuff. And then you could do the hybrid. And then you could do a whole lot of core, stagger, fuse, claptons, all that stuff. The point is to get creative with them simple builds. Pretend there is no other builds. Pretend there is no other ones. If it's not challenging enough for you, then it may not be the competition for you to join. You know, maybe it's for the people that don't know all these other builds. It throws my million core section in the bin. You know? So yeah, it's more for people that are, you know, kind of just learning or just want to do a challenge like that. Is kind of a breath of fresh air to me. Like if somebody said, here's a build off, you can't do staples or aliens, fucking challenge accepted. Like the last challenge in Coil Wars was claptons. Only claptons. You could only use single core claptons. No fuse clapton, no ribbon allowed, single core claptons. Do you know how hard it is to beat two awesome German builders using just clapton wire? What's the best wire you could do with just claptons? It's a challenge. There it is. What's up, Zach? Big Man Vapeth, Hellbilly Hick. What's up, everybody? Glad to see everybody. All right. Now, we got this slightly twisted 12 pieces of 38 wire. And we're just going to get our 28. Now, I'm hoping this 28's around the same size. Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. And there you go. There you go. Celine has the directions right there. All right. So I'm going to get a piece of 28 out, the size of this. And this is what I do here. See how my thumb is marking where my swivel is? I'm going to take my thumb, put it where the drill is, and then I could get out another piece, pinch. So this is 2 times the size of this wire, correct? I could cut it. Put my spool back, and then we can't do micro claptons neither. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. These guys are trying to kill a beginner, man. What if I used a stagger fuse clapton to Suka around 5 stagger fuse claptons? The coil, so you're saying in the Coil Wars challenge, it was no fuse claptons. No fuse claptons. You would have to clapton both cores inside. You could do a fuse clapton. This is how. both cores would have to be claptoned, and then you could clapton that with a clapton. You can't, once it's not a clapton, it had to be all single core claptons. All single core claptons. All right. If it wasn't an outside wire, it had to be an inside wire, was basically how it was explained. So it was basically a micro clapton challenge without ribbon. That was the basis, is like without ribbon and without a lot of cores. That was the basic rules. Was just make a bunch of claptons and then make a build. Don't use anything else besides claptons that you made. And my build was stupid. Lots of people like that build. It grew on me, that build. It did grow on me. Josh liked it a lot. So you're saying we can't interlock with an enigma? We can't do an interlocked alien stitched with an enigma? We can't do that? So you're saying we can't build a pitchfork using a hedgehog diffuse? And now, see, I'm not even teaching anything, man. You know, I'm done with chat tonight. Use guys, I swear, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. I got all 3 cores in here. You see this? I put all 3 cores in my drill. I put it around my swivel like this. You know, this is what I got going on. All right. These guys are killing me. It's all your fault. All right, here we go. Boom. Whatever happened with Josh? Somebody see him with Josh? All right, so I'm going to put a clip on there. The twisted wire is going to be in the middle. I'm not talking to you anymore. None of you. You're all dead to me for now. All right. Questions later. Okay. And then I'm going to put another clip on. Come on, focus, please. Can you focus? There you go. Put another clip on. All right, so I got the 28s on the top and bottom, twisted in the middle. Then I'm going to take this and slide it down, make sure that same pattern stays, the twisted in the middle. All right. Slide them down all the way to the end. And there we go. All right. Now we're just going to fuse this like a tri-core fuse clapton. Remember you did the 3-core fuse clapton? We're going to do the same thing. Now, this is going to be easier with 38 and 40. 36, it's going to want to collapse. You're going to want some kind of flat pliers, all right? Even if you don't have nylon, get something like these. Like just something flat, something that doesn't have a lot of teeth, something that's flat. Get something like this, all right? Now, I'm going to take the 38 gauge. Wrap it around one of these guys coming out and cut the excess off. And I'm going to slowly wrap it around here. All right, I'm going to show you what this is going to look like. I want to go slow in the beginning. I want to make sure I get them cores straight and in the order I want them. I don't want that twisted wire going on the outside. I mean, there ain't no rules, but for a frame multi-core, you want it in the middle. All right, you see it's in the middle. I'm going to start bringing that clapton tighter and cleaner. All right, once I get a little bit fused, I'm going to take my needle noses and just kind of flatten it out a bit. All right. JFM, what's up? All right, we're going to get that tight. And you're going to see this twisted wire hump out. That's why we're going to flatten it later. So I'm going to keep fusing a little bit and flatten. Once this space between the wire and the drill gets a little bigger, I could use these, but it's just not big enough yet. All right. I could slide him down a bit. Only slide it down a little bit. Now, I am going to give you the ohms on these, and the reason why is because they're such a good vape that I do really want you guys to try these. They are a really, really good vape. And I hope I could hit the ohms good on all N80, 38, and 28 so that you know what it's kind of hitting for with the ohms, and you could try them. All right, so I am going to speed up this process, but this is basically what you want to do. You just want to get a tight clapton. If you mess up, reverse, fix it. It's all good. All right. Don't put too much tension on it because it's going to collapse the cores. You want to pull your drill back so all this is tight. You see how it's kind of slacked? Watch when I pull. Looks good. All right, I fuse a little bit and flatten down what I just fused. I'm going to slide that guy down. Fuse and flatten. So if you have 26, maybe try to do like 15 to 20, 38 and 26 frames, just because it might be a little easier for you. 28 is going to be a challenge because a 3-core 28 gauge fuse clapton is a challenge. Yeah, you don't want to put a lot of tension on this fusing wire. So my spool, I'm not really pulling on it. I'm just letting it go around the wire. Just pulling it good enough so it's straight. And flatten it as much as you can so it all stays together. Just take your time. Actually, if you take your time, you're probably going to get a set a lot quicker than if you rush with these. It is something you got to be patient. So there used to be a build people would do before these called a super soaker build, and it would just be like 40 pieces of 36 or 40 pieces of 38 clapton, no frames. I always hated that build. It was always hard to wrap. It always looked like crap, and I just didn't enjoy the vape off of it that much. But the idea is that the juice gets in there, goes in all the nook and crannies, and that the wire lights up quicker because it's smaller. It's a very hot, cloudy build. All right. I spaced my clapton a little there, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think I'm going to be all right. The more you do of it, the easier it's going to get. The more these wires are going to become sturdy. And the whole theory behind that, when I say that, is, let's put it this way. When I say that, when I say when you fuse more, it gets sturdier, let's put it this way. I have this piece of 22 gauge here, right? I got this piece of 22 gauge. You see how this is flimsy? You see how this is a short side? This is a long side? What's more sturdy? This side, right? This isn't as sturdy. That doesn't bounce up and down. This does. Same deal with this. The more you fuse, the easier it gets, the more sturdy this is going to get as you go down, because this is all tightened together and this is the only stuff that isn't. So the more you do, the easier it gets. The pegs help. The flattening is mostly what's doing it. Like, I could do this without these. I don't really need them. Actually, I never used them when I used to do these builds. I used to make these multi-cores quite often. It was one of my favorite builds to vape for a long time. And I would never use something to hold them. I would just keep going and flattening. And we're almost done here. I'm only gonna go so I get two nice coils out of this. Made your first for alien? Nice. Got a reverse. So I went over top. Now the next coil I do, I'm probably going to do single coil just to save time and just to make it a little easier on myself. So the next build, I wasn't going to use 0.8 ribbon for the next build, but I'm going to, because I want people to see how big 0.8 ribbon actually is. after I've seen Black Cat White Faces show today, it seems people forget how big 0.8 ribbon is. So I'm going to use 0.8 ribbon just to show people actually how big it is. It's fucking big. It's fucking real big. Good luck doing a suka with 0.8 ribbon. It's possible. I've done it. Good luck. All right. Almost done here. I'll go close up just so you can see one last time. Or hardly see one last time. All right, so there is like one more step with this build. So remember the cat tracks we did? You could use the hammer and the jeweler's block for this. That's what M-Turk did in his video, and I do quite like that. Now, there's a different way I flatten. Probably a lot of you have seen me do this before. And the way I flatten wires is when I don't want to use a hammer, just because it takes a little more time, is I take a clone stainless steel mod that I paid very little money for. Stainless steel on my block. I lay the build flat, and I press down and roll, just like I'm rolling some dough for some pizza. I just roll it back and forth, and this is going to flatten it out real nice. Or you could just use the hammer and go down it like we did the cat track. All right, you want to be very gentle because it is 38 gauge. It's not that big 32 like we did with 30. It is. You can just go down it just like we did the cat track, just like this. And what that's going to do, it is for looks, yes, but it also is going to open up them twisted wires on the inside. Now, I did cut this so you could see the twisted wires, and I want you to see what's going to happen to them. So let's take a look at this close up. Look at what the twisted wires are doing. You will almost mistake it for a staple coil. And this light isn't plugged in. Hold on. See what the twisted wires are doing? They're kind of opening up, fanning out, flattening out, and it's just making a bunch of little wires in there. And that's why you want to slightly twist it, because if you twist it too tight, it's not going to do that. Damn. That's what the wire looks like down here. So you could kind of see wrinkles in the middle. All right. And that's a frame multi-core. 12 pieces of 38 slightly twisted on the inside, 28 gauge frames, 38 gauge fuse. Oh, here's an opening here. See on the inside there a bit? I know it's hard to see. I got to plug in my other light. There you go. Just look at this end one more time. There he is. Come on, light. Gives the impression that it's staple wire in there, but it's not. Slightly twisted. All right. Okay, so we're going to save this. We'll wrap up these coils in a bit once we get done all the other coils. All right, so OG staple, we're going to put it in a stagger fuse clapton. All right, so people used to use ribbon wire without standing it up all the time. And I'm going to show you what some people used to do, because nobody thought to stand it up because it would be impossible to wrap. Why would you stand it up? That you couldn't stand it up. How can you stand up a piece of 0.1? No, you lay it down, dummy. You fucking lay it down. They weren't thinking outside the box like Mr. Squid Dude. So OG stapling had nothing to do with standing up staples. All right, and we're going to use some 0.8 ribbon, and this is probably going to be difficult for me to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. So this is going to be a tough one. All right. I haven't done something like this in a long time. So I am going to do a single coil just to speed up the process. So we're going to get a frame, and we're going to use 28 again. 28. Nah. Let's do 26 because it's going to be easier for all of us, me included, to use 26 as the frames. I'm going to get out a piece of 26 at about, I don't know, 10 inch. I'm going to stretch it straight. And then from last coil class when we learned stagger fuse claptons, I'm going to use the loop method and 36 gauge. 36? $36 or $38? I'm going to do 38 because my 36 is getting low. So I'm going to do 38 again. And I'm going to use the loop method. Or do I want to use the parallel clapton method? I don't know. I don't know. I know one thing. I do want to get out a bobby pin. All right, get out a bobby pin. Like that. Put this guy in there. I'm going to do the loop method. All right. As we go along with these videos, I will show different methods, but right now I want to keep it on what we've done already, just so I'm not overloading anybody with information. Because this is going to be hard enough, quite honestly. I'm going to get just a top cap. This is the loop top cap. I'm going to get that. I'm going to cut about a 10-inch piece of 38 off my spool. 38 gauge, about 10 inches. I'm going to put it through the loop RDA. Now with 38, last week we did 36, right? With 38, the wire's not as strong, so you could use a weight that's a little less. All right, so last week, what did we use? Did we use the mask cap or something? I think we did. And we're going to use a smaller cap this week with the 38. All right, tied a knot around there. We're good. Get the 38. Yeah, I'm using the loop, doing a loop. Put that wire through there. Twist it. Do a little bit of a clapton. Open it up. Do a couple spaces. I'm going to take the bobby pin out of the drill for a second. I'm going to grab the loop, put it onto the bobby pin, and then put the bobby pin back into the drill. All right. Then I'm going to go up close. Stand up 3D, what's up? And I'm going to take the loop and put it in the last space made, just like we did last week. All right. I'm going to pull my drill back, and actually I'm going to do like I said last week. Was there an ad? Was there an ad during the live? I want to know that. For people that don't know, I'm monetized now, so I'm gonna make money off this, dude. I made fucking 63 cents today. Get at me, and the day's not even over. Day ain't even over, and I made 63 cents. Actually, it's fucking probably more like this. More like this. Killing it, but I need that 63 cents because I need like $1. I need that. So there was an ad during the live. Nice. Okay. Super chat's on too, motherfuckers. I'm going to spend it on hookers and cocaine. I shouldn't say that. They're going to take the money. You can't say stuff like that on here. Oh, man. So there's a lot of my videos that say you can't collect money because of your freaking language. It just says not suitable for younger viewers. Not suitable for young. If catch this stuff. Catch this. All right. Check this out. There's a couple videos, right? I shouldn't be talking about this during coil class. There's a couple videos that I put age restriction on, right? It told me I couldn't collect with age restriction. So you can't have age restricted material and be monetized on that video. How about that? How about that? So most people would think that I should age restrict all my videos because I'm here vaping and it's not for people under 18. But if I do that, I would never be able to monetize. All right, so that's weird. I thought that was a weird thing. Like, what do you mean? It said, like, my one video said you can't collect money. And I looked at it and it said because it's not for appropriate audiences. And then I took the age restriction off and it said monetized. All right. So I guess if you put age restriction, I guess that means I don't think they're thinking about tobacco and alcohol. I think they're thinking about like murder and sex, you know? I don't think they're thinking about tobacco and alcohol. That's not what they're thinking. Here we are in the vape community thinking we should age restrict our videos. We should age restrict our videos, but that's not at all what they're looking for, probably. They're just thinking about violence and sex, and that's it. It's weird. It's very weird. They have the ads for alcohol. Yeah, exactly. That's weird. All right, I want to make sure my spacing is good for this wire. So once you get going, you don't want to stop. But I am going to because I'm pretty boss. All right. Yeah, Alex, hit me up. Hey, if there's trolls, don't even just hide. Just kick them out. Yeah, don't even put them in timeout. Just kick them out altogether. Ooh, I think my spacing's bad right here. All right, so I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut the fuse wire off, and I'm actually going to run this down. I'm gonna put the loop inside of one of the grooves. So if you feel like your spacing's not good, that's something you can do. I'm not a huge fan of doing that, but I knew my spacing was bad, so either way, I might as well try. I'm going to loosen it up. It's loose. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. And thank you for whoever said that they just joined Patreon. Thank you. Patreon's up and running. If you join it now, you will not get charged until the 1st of next month. So there's that. I do appreciate everybody that's already joined. They're already getting some benefits out of it. I think they are. All right. What's up, Trevor? Okay, now we're using 26 gauge. One of the things with this build is, it was Hellbilly, yes. Thank you, Mr. Hellbilly Hick. Thank you, sir. When you start getting the builds like this, all right, where you're putting stuff in between stuff and you need to make sure that they're the same height. Now, it's not going to be easy for me if I just take 0.8 ribbon and stack like 8 of them and put them inside of here, because it's going to be taller than the 26, right? So you want to make sure that your stack of ribbon is going to be the same height as your 26. All ribbon wire is 0.1 millimeter. So it's either 0.4 by 0.1, it's 0.5 by 0.1, 0.3 by 0.1, it's all 0.1 millimeter. 26 gauge, when you look at a chart like this is an AWG chart, an American wire gauge, I think. I'm not sure. All right. These are the gauges, and these are the sizes in millimeter they are. When I look at 26, it's 0.404. So it's 0.4. So 4 pieces of ribbon is equal to 26 gauge, right? Because ribbon is 0.1. So 0.1 plus 0.1 is 0.2. 0.2 plus 0.1 is 0.3. And 0.3 plus 0.1 is 0.4. 0.4, 26 gauge. I'm going to do wire that is stacked in 4. All right. All right, have a good night. Thanks for watching, and enjoy later. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this wire that I made here. It's 9 inches, and at 4.5, I'm going to cut it like so. I'm going to bend this end down like that. And I'm going to bend this end out like that. So I got one that's bent with a 90, another that's bent with a 90. Yo, between you and your mom, there's going to be a murder tonight. Yeah. What's up, Bobby? Now, I'm going to take this 0.8 ribbon. These needle noses are very tight right now. And I'm going to get the 0.8 ribbon. Get it to that size, get it to that size. I want it 2 times the size of this. All right, so if this is 4.5, I want 9 inch. And cut it. All right. That's how you handle that. Cut this. All right, now, I guess this will be our first ribbon stacking for coil class, huh? Well, blow me down. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Now, 0.8 is going to be very easy for me to work with at this part. I got 2 0.8 ribbons. There's 2 pieces here. I'm going to put one on top of the other. Get them even. I'm going to get both ends. I'm going to bend them together. I'm going to have this loop. It doesn't matter if they're on top of each other now, but I'm going to pinch them on top of each other. Like so. Once you put that bend in there, it's going to be easier to work with. I'm going to pinch it down. Between you and your mom, there's going to be a murder tonight. T-shirts. It's going to be in a new T-shirt. It's going to say, I'm sick of it on the front, and between you and your mom, there's going to be a murder tonight. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to take some 38, and I want this to stay like this. So I'm going to wrap 38 around this. Look at how big 0.8 is. All right. And now I'm going to go a little bit down, just down a little bit. And I'm going to do another piece of 38 around it, just the same. I'm going to do about 10 wraps of 38 right here. What's up, Redneck Addy? What's up? What is up, everybody? And cut it off. So now, who would have thought we would have learned ribbon stacking in this video? Now, if only we could see it. I'm going to pinch that last one I did. I'm going to pinch up here, pinch this last one, and slide it down. Look what's going to happen. It's going to stack it for me. It's going to stack them 4 pieces for me. Because we had 2 pieces, we folded them in half, so now we got 4. I'm just going to keep sliding it down until I get to the end. All right. I'm going to wrap the 38 up even more here. I'm going to throw this in the middle. And no, this ribbon is not going to be standing up like a traditional staple, or like I should say a modern day staple. This was the first staple wires. They were put like together like this, where the ribbon was flat in the build. You didn't see the 0.1 side, you seen the 0.8 side. Your comments aren't working, I see them. Okay. I'm going to take the ribbon wire. Now first, actually, I'm going to get a piece of 38 again. I'm going to cut like a 6-inch piece off. I'm going to take the ribbon. And remember, I said we got to make it a 4 stack so it's the same size of the 26. That's going to make this easy for me. I'm going to put the 26s that are in the 38 on either side of the ribbon. Come on. Ain't got time for this. You could just do 4 pieces of 0.4. You don't have to use 0.8 for this build. And no, Glenn, that would be really hard. It would be really hard. You could do it, I'm sure. I mean, it's possible, yeah. But it would be really hard. Do just 4 pieces of 0.4 ribbon. You're going to get a build just like this. You could use any ribbon. I'm using 0.8 for the simple fact that I want to show people how big 0.8 actually is. Black Cowboy Face said something today that blew my mind. And I was like, damn, when's the last time this guy touched a wire? He seen a Suka, and he said, is that 0.8 Suka? And I said, what? If it was a 0.8 Suka? Oh, man. Oh, man. It'd be big. So I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if people know how big 0.8 actually is. Okay. Yeah, I imagine that 4 stacks, they would like start shuffling into each other and stuff. I imagine that would happen, right? I was like, all scotch drinking again. That's not funny. It's a little funny. He could take a joke. That's not funny. I'll let him say Nick's doing heroin again. How about that? He's got a free one. Actually, he could say it as many times as he wants. I'm going to hot glue this because this build is going to be crazy. And I haven't done a build like this in a very, very, very long time. We're talking 4 years here. You would think most of these builds I haven't done in 4 years, but that's not necessarily true. This one, yeah, about 4 years. Yeah, that's what happens when you stop building. You start seeing 0.3 and 44 and thinking that it's 0.8. Damn. I could have showed you what I was doing. I just dabbed some hot glue on there. This coil class video sucks. I'm not teaching these guys anything. This video sucks. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. This video sucks. All right, now the challenge is going to be getting it into a drill. And that glue was not dry, really. You just want to be very careful getting this into a drill. All right. That 0.8 is pretty sturdy, though. I could probably fuse this without a swivel. I'm not going to, but I probably could. I'm pretty good. Okay, I'm going to cut the loop off of the 26 gauge here. The loop of the ribbon is going to be what goes onto the swivel. All right, the loop of the ribbon is what goes onto the swivel. Now, just like the last build we did, we want to go very slow, get a good start, flatten it out, and then we should be able to speed up a bit. All right, so this is what we got. Now, I'm not going to promise that my spacing's perfect on this build. I am not going to do it. But I'm going to try to make this look good. I'm going to do it with 38. Don't even get me started on Game of Thrones. Maybe I'll do a live on Game of Thrones this week. Don't even get me started. Dude, let me just put it this way. I kept seeing people talk about the spoilers that were put out, and they were like, oh, looks like they're real. So there were 6 episodes. There were 6 episodes. When the 5th one came out, I kept seeing videos saying, well, the 5th one was dead on, so it looks like the spoilers were real. And if you thought it was bad now, you just wait. It's going to get way worse. And I just kept hearing it. And I kept hearing it. And I kept hearing it. I was like, how bad could it fucking possibly be? They're going to kill Dany. We understand that. I'm sorry if I just spoiled it for anybody. They're going to kill her. I get it. How bad could it be? I watched a video on the spoiler, and I was like, oh, that sucks. That just is stupid. No, that just sucks. That is not how I want this to go down. And then I watched the show, And the first couple scenes they explained, I was like, this is it. This is the spoiler. This is it. So I knew it was going to happen before it happened. I'm glad I kind of prepared myself. Let's just say Game of Thrones was a lot better before. I did like this season. The last episode was the worst episode of the season. I kept saying, I actually enjoyed this episode. I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. And I did enjoy every episode. The last episode, there were parts that I enjoyed. I could sit back and just let people do what they're going to do and enjoy what they're going to make. But, man, I did not expect that. What's up, Black Cat? I was just talking ish about you, man. So, Scott, this is 0.8 ribbon. Okay? That's what a 0.8 ribbon looks like. That's the flat side. Okay? We're doing an old school staple. And I wanted to show people how big 0.8 actually is. Now, the question is, do I want to fuse this full? But what's up, Scott, man? I hope you enjoyed your weekend with your family. It kind of sucks how it ended. But if it makes you feel better, sometimes I like to kill my family too. In fact, we almost just had an incident here. There was almost just a murder. So, this build's very advanced for this part of coil class. I'm willing to admit that. If you can't get this build, it's okay. Practice. This, I'm going to make this look pretty easy. Not saying that there's not going to be mistakes. My spacing might be bad. But this is a very advanced coil. So if you don't get it on the first couple tries or don't get it at all, do not be discouraged. This is a hard wire. It has taken me a long time to get this good at these stagger fuse claptons with something in the middle. All right. And I'm just going to say that I'm actually loving how this wire is looking right now. Actually loving it. Have you ever seen my alien video, Trevor? My pre-recorded alien video, not live, pre-recorded. The tutorial. That's like the best I could do for people is that tutorial. I know nothing more than that tutorial. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Do you come into Philly often when you go to Jersey, or is it like a once? I guess when you, I don't know. I guess I see Jersey being so close that it's easy to just go into Jersey, but I guess it depends how deep in Jersey you are. I'm about to skip fuse this just so I get it done quicker. would actually like this to look good though. Actually, not going to worry about being too perfect with this, and I think I am going to skip fuse it. Or not, I guess. If you mess up, you could reverse, go back and fix. What's up, Joey? Damn it. Can I skip fuse without any problems, please? This is how it's going to be, huh? Maybe I should put some magnification lenses on. So here's the thing, if your spacing's good, this is going to be a lot easier. If your spacing's bad, it's going to be a lot harder. That's just how these go. So the spacing's what's important with these. And then getting into them spacings and not going over top of them like I just did. My spacing's definitely off, so it's better to just skip a space if your spacing's off. It's going to look a lot better, and you're going to run into a lot less problems if you skip spaces deliberately. Now you're going to have to do this back and forth motion kind of thing if you do. See how my wire's going back and forth, back and forth. But the good thing about that is that paddle down and scream. The good thing about that is we're going to be able to see what's inside better if there's skip fusing. If you do a full fuse, you're going to see it, but you're going to see it a lot better if the spacing's bigger. So just make sure you keep flattening. So you can see, when you look at this staple build, you could see that it's going to be easier to wrap, right? Could you imagine doing these builds and then out of nowhere, somebody says, no, I stand them up. Like Squid Dude starts standing the ribbon up. And people are like, wait, what? You're standing the ribbon up? It blew my mind the first time I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. No, there's no way that's going to wrap. No fucking way. Man, I picked some difficult coils tonight to go through. And I picked 3 of them. You missed almost everything. No, you didn't miss everything. I start at 7. It's 8:30. Still got a half an hour and shit. I'm supposed to do another build. I'm actually starting to think another build may not be a good idea, though. Thanks, guys, for putting the link out there. I am actually almost done this single coil, though. I don't know if it's going to fit in the RDAs that I prepared tonight. It might. It also might not. This thing looks crazy with the 0.8 in the middle. As much as I'd love to see people do stuff with 0.8 ribbon, if you don't have it, I wouldn't buy it. If that makes sense. I would only do it with 0.8 if you have it. I would not go out and buy too much 0.8. If you do, buy like a 30-foot spool. All right, I think I can be done with this in a second, or in like 2 minutes. I guess I'll show you what it looks like me doing this back here. Hey, what's up, Chevy man? So yeah, all in all, what's up, Jay? Tall Guy Vapes, Alex Fried Eggs. What's up, what's up, what's up? All in all, I had a pretty good weekend with the monetization thing. And all that stuff. So this is going to be a lead, so I'm just bearing down, and I'll do it for Scott. Ah! This wire sucks! We're done. All right, so the question, man, I don't think I can do it, guys. I don't think I can do third wire right now. Third wire is not a easy build. How about this? What do I got to do tomorrow? Just edit. You could use one of the clips, but I didn't. I didn't use a clip at all. It's only a 4-inch piece, so I didn't use it at all. It's actually going to fuse better if you don't. But you could just use one of these for the end. So this is what it's going to look like right now. Man, it's shiny. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Very shiny. I'm wondering how it's going to color up. Probably pretty cool. Man, it's pretty cool. Okay, shoot. Let's see if I could single coil it up. I know what I'll do. Yeah, the reverse staggered. So basically what a reverse staggered is something like this. So if you could imagine, if you didn't want to use 0.8, this is my point with this whole video. It don't even matter the ribbon. You could do this build with another round wire instead of the ribbon. Put a piece of 26 in there instead. Put a twisted wire in there. Do the multi-core inside there. Put the twisted wire in there. You could put anything in these. What's a reverse staggered? Here's a reverse staggered. All right. A reverse staggered is basically, remember our half stag from last week? A reverse staggered just adds another frame. All right. I think Rodrigo did it. Who did the reverse staggered this week? I think Rodrigo did. It was a staggered wire in the middle, 2 frames. They fused it together. All right. Somebody did it this week. Somebody definitely did it this week. And I said, that's nice, but we're going to learn them later. That's what this is. All right. And I'm just going to try to do a quick one without wasting too much time, because I do want to install these coils and show you some. I have Jabo and WizMech RDAs this week. I'm wondering if the one RDA is even going to fit the big coil. So it should be interesting. It might. Actually, I think the one RDA is going to take that big coil. Paper clips, I mean, you could use paper clips. These clips are better because you just put it up, take it down. Paper clips, you got to like mess the wire up to get it on. You can use paper clips, whatever's good for you. Whatever you have, whatever's good for you. This is how it usually goes. That's what I got. That's what I'm using. You rarely go out and search for stuff if you have something at hand, right? If you have paper clips there, you're going to use paper clips. If you have these laying around, you're going to use these. If you see these at the store for $1, you're going to buy them. You're going to use whatever's easier. I used to use these. I mean, I've used these a lot. I still do. All right. These cord clips, you could use that. These used to be my favorite. Hair clips, but I put tape on them. These little hair clips, I used to use them. Whatever basically you have. You know, people use Legos. All right. Okay. I got a piece of 26 gauge on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 2 pieces of 32, just like we did our parallel clapton the 1 week. I'm just going to take 2 pieces of 32, stretch them straight, and cut. All right. And we're going to do a parallel clapton with this. I'm going to put 132 on one side, 132 on the other side of me. Remember we did parallel clapton last week? And I did it like this. Only I did it without the swivel. We're going to do it with the swivel. We're going to take the 2 strands of 32, slowly wrap it around, and we're going to parallel clapton this 26 with the 32. There you go. Alright, this will go all the way. You could hardly see that. First time you heard Legos, huh? Lots of people saying in the chat all the time. Yeah, Legos. Cut the one clean. Throw that out. Put the drill in reverse and pull. What's up, Steve? So I'm pulling the one clapton off just like we did last week. I'm going to try to show you this. I'm pretty done with Game of Thrones. I'd like to see a spin-off that has nothing to do with that time period. Something before. I hope they do. All right, so now I got this space clapton, right? Now, last week when we did the half stagger, we put another piece of 26 here and fused them together. A reverse staggered, we're going to take 26 gauge and put it on both sides. So what we're going to do is kind of the same thing we did with the multi-core, the frame multi-core. We're going to take a wire here, get it 2 times the size, stretch it straight, cut it. Yeah, we're gonna have to start doing these coils are starting to get a little more intricate, so I'm gonna have to start doing 2 per video, I think. This 3 per video is cutting it close. Bring that down there. Yeah, there is a prequel for, yeah, I know, yeah, that's what I want to see. I don't really care to see anything about what happens, what just happened. I'm done with it. Good job, guys. I enjoyed the hell out of it while it lasted, but I'm done. These guys made me feel like I got everything I need. I'm done. Thank you very much. You kind of fucked it up a little, but okay, thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, thanks. Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bye. All right. All right. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Bye. That's me talking about Game of Thrones. Just trying to hang up on them. Conversation's over. They keep. Hey. What if? Yeah, no. What if? Yeah. Well, what if there was still White Walk? Yeah. Nah. Nah. Okay. I gotta go. All right. Yep. I gotta go eat. Okay. All right. Bye. That's me. I did not make these tight enough here. See if it'll still work. Now, this would be a reverse stagger. Instead of a half stagger, 1 wire on each side, we got the staggered wire in the middle with the 2 frames, right? Right? You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going with this? And this wire is going to be very important. No, I never tried the Bonzamec. Never tried it. Have you, Thomas? This wire is going to be very important later on in coil class. We're going to see why in later videos that this technique is going to come into play later on down the line. All right. So you see what I'm doing? This is going to be a little harder than a half staggered, but it's going to look cool as hell. If anybody needs the little whatchamacallits, I have them. If you just pay shipping, I'll send them to you. If anybody needs the little guys, I have bags of them. I buy them extra on purpose. If anybody needs them, I'll send them. Just pay shipping. You only have to pay for them. They're $1 a bag. I'll show you the bags they come in. I think I got a bag laying around here. All right, might need to pick up more. I definitely have some around. I just don't know where they're at right now. But I literally live right near the place to get them. Let me just try to get at least a coil out of this, even though I just kind of messed it up. $32 is a bad idea. You could actually do this and go in with 36, do the same exact thing, only instead of using 32 here, do like 36. That would look pretty cool. You don't have to use 32 for this space. Damn, come on. Yeah, 32 is rough with this. It's definitely possible, but when you're rushing, it's rough. Keep messing up and having to reverse, and that's not helping at all. Keep messing that shit up. 'My frames are so loose right now that I think that's really, really what's messing me up. Because I rushed it. $32 is a bad choice. Really bad choice. I wish I had 34. But yes, 32 is a bad choice to fuse this with. The middle ain't bad. Let's go with 36 real quick. I'll go close up in a second. Look at that. I should be able to knock this out now. See, it's not too strong, so it's not making all the cores collapse. Yeah, I love my Saint mod. Absolutely love it. Just don't get a stainless one. Stainless mods suck. I don't even know why people make I guess because people like the looks of the stainless better, but I don't know if I'll ever buy it. I will never buy a stainless McMod again. All right. I wish I had time to do a dual coil for this, but I don't. I'm almost done this single coil, and I'm glad I got it done because I was going to give up on this coil. Hope you guys learned a couple things tonight because I actually wish this coil class was a little better. I like the coils that we made. I don't think I taught them as well as I could have. I was distracting myself. But we got 3 cool ass wires, I can tell you that, and one of them is going to be dual coil. So let me clear off my table. Let me cut this down right there and right there. I'm going to show you what this guy looks like real quick. This is the reversed stag. Just like that. Looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. So the 3 wires we built tonight. In the middle, the framed multi-core. On the top, the stapled stagger fuse clapton. OG staple. Staples laying down. And on the bottom, the reverse stag. I mean, 3 very cool wires. I just wish I would have took my time to teach them a little better. But that looks badass. That picture right there. Get at me, dog. All right. All right. All right. See my Freddy Krueger? I had him for a long time. That's my Freddy Krueger from the worst Freddy Krueger movie ever, but it's my Freddy Krueger. The RDAs I have this week, let me just get, I'm very organized, people, so I have them all cleaned already in this little dish here. All right, let's just look at this. All right, so I got them nice and clean here. We're going to look at some Jabo and Wismac designs. I got 3 of them here. One of which I really liked, and one of which is very interesting top cap. All right, so this one is the I don't know. I forget what this is called. The Theron, right? This was Suck My Mod. This isn't Jabo. This is Wismac, and it's gone. And it's gone. I think this is called the Theron or the Theron. All right. So I guess we'll put the multi-cores in here because, actually, no, this is perfect for single coil. We will probably put, if the reverse stag fits, then that's what's going in here. And I think it fits. Cool. The reverse stag's going to go in there. All right. Then you have this guy, which I really liked. This was the... What is this, man? Dude, I love this RDA. What is this? Who knows? What is this? Indestructible. Very good, Fire and Fry. Very, very good. That's a very good memory. Very good. The Indestructible. This, no, I got the Indie Duo, though. I do have that here. This RDA vapes so good. So, so good. Cloudy as a mother. So good, though. The Indestructible. Let me just take these shitty coils out. All right, so I think we're going to put, I have to look at the other deck real quick and see how big the post holes are, but that big coil will fit in here because look at the post holes. So that big boy will fit in there. Now, this is the Indie Duo, I believe, right? Yeah, I believe this is the Indie Duo. I'm going to show, yes, it's the Indie Duo. I got the box right here. So the Indie Duo came with this cap extra, all right? But the Indie Duo actually, oh, I got this freaking coil in here too. The Indie Duo is a very, very cool deck, all right? So I got this stovetop in here at the moment. Let me get him out of there and show you. The amount of coils I had on my table from just throwing them over there when I was done was ridiculous. So this is going to go in there too. It's like a stitched alien of some sort. The Indie Duo is a 4-hole post design. So it's positive is the 3 middle holes, or top positive, middle positive, and then these 2 are negative. All right, very, very cool. I don't know if this coil is going to fit. It does. Wow, this fits some big old coils too. Look at that. Holy smokes. Maybe we'll do a vertical in there. I could do that in either, really. Cool. But the cap looks like this. Look at this top cap. It's like bottom down to up. Look at that top cap. What? The air travels through the top cap. It goes in the top, goes through the cap, and out the bottom under the coils. This thing was a piece of junk, but this is what it is. The deck's pretty cool. And it was like 20 bucks or something like that. So I liked this cap better. All right. So let's get these coils in here. So they all have pretty big post holes. Let's do, I just feel I should put, what deck looks better? Yeah, actually, this is going to twist up the leads anyway if I do it like that. So I should do this vertical. I'm going to cut this wire in half. Or actually, let's do it this way. This is a 3 millimeter. Let's wrap some coils with this. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm going to do 6 wraps on both of these. 6 wraps around a 3mm. We will see what they ohm out to. All right. Let's install these in the indestructible because it makes more sense to me. Okay. Now, the only thing about the indestructible is I hate that it had 2 different screws. I just thought that was always stupid. All right. But I don't have to bend my leads for this. This was an RDA that the posts, kind of like the Bonza, the posts are in different positions. So you put that in. Tighten this guy down. Damn, that shot. Make sure that lead stays in there. Tighten that guy down. And then before I install this one, I'm going to cut the lead first. Okay. Now see, this thing always wicked weird because it's telling you to put the leads at the bottom, but them leads are going to get in the way of the cotton, which is something I always didn't like about this RDA, I remember. It's telling you to put the lead down there, and then the lead's getting in the way of the cotton. So that was always weird about this, but there's them. They look like fuse claptons, you know? They don't look like they're too fancy. But when you make these bad boys, man, you'll know what you paid for, you know? You will know what you paid for. What is this? Oh. 2 square wire, cool. Yeah, see, they're going to look like triple core fuse claptons, basically. But excuse the gunk. I did clean this, but man, it was dirty. A lot of these RDAs were really, really dirty. Probably need a double cleaning. But let me tell you what the ohms are. 6 wrap, 3mm, all N80. 12 pieces of 38, 28 gauge frames, 38 wrap. The ohms are 0.12. That is perfect. 0.12 ohms on them. That is great. That's actually very good ohming for these. 12 pieces of 38, 38 wrap, 28 gauge frames, 3mm, 6 wrap, framed multi-core. Perfect ohm reading at a 0.12. Love it. All right. Now, let us wrap for the Theron. I'm going to do the reversed stag now. All right. So I'm going to get the 3mm bit again. Get somewhere in the middle here. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see where 4 puts me. It puts me that I could do at least 2 more wraps. 5, 6. Thomas, how much catches the indicator? Pretty much just as good. I actually have a clone versus a real video coming out this week. It's already filmed. It depends what kind of clone you get. That's the thing about clones, is you don't know what you're going to get, and some of them are very good. Some of them are really bad. I'd rather support Mr. Kennedy, and I think they're about 120 bucks. If you could afford it, I would get it. If you can't, try the clone out. It's kind of hard. I rather just not buy clones anymore. But then again, I have a lot of shit, so I don't really want for any vape gear anymore. Oh, I didn't have to do this to the leads, did I? Wait. What the hell? How is that supposed to work? Am I supposed to wrap it backwards or something? That's how it's supposed to work. I'm supposed to go in like that. That's right. But I don't want to go into there. I want to go into here. I didn't have to do this to the lead. I didn't have to bend it. I thought I did, but I don't. What you need to do is find somebody you trust that sells clones. There are distributors around that sell just clones. And we used to have one around here that was really good. Like, all his clones were 1-to-1 clones. He had like all good shit. And he would deliver in like 2 days. He had like all good stuff. Buy like a broadside with an RDA for like 25 bucks. Yeah, well, clones used to be expensive, or authentics used to be expensive, I should say. Can I catch a focus? Oh, snap. That 36 is really making it pop. Look at that. I have a real Flattening, yeah. The Flattenings were nice. Mine's very aged, but look at that build. I like this coil. I like this coil a lot. Okay, one more to go. And I think I'm going to wrap it vertical. All right. So, hopefully this will take it vertical. Because I'm going to give it to it vertical. I'm going to give it to it hard vertical. Give it to it real hard vertical. So hopefully this works. Okay, I don't know how many wraps I'm going to do, but I think I am going to do it around a 3-5, just because I wanna. Should I do a 3-5? Nah, whatever. I'll do a 3. That's fine. So I'm gonna wrap her up. Obviously, this is gonna wrap a lot easier than ribbons that are standing, but it still does go funky. It starts doing this thing where it curves up, especially if you don't cut this glue off. Cut that glue off. Cut it out. All right, I'm gonna see what a 4 wrap looks like. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a 4. I mean, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to do a 4. It's gonna look better as a 4 anyway, because of a couple mistakes. So I'm gonna wrap 5 and take one of the wraps out. Oh, I suppose that's a 5. Woo-wee! Shiny, shiny. Hey, good looking, going my way. Pretty, pretty. You got a vapor tongue for a week? I've had one for 4 years now. Woo woo! Shake it, baby, shake it. Stupid. These guys are stupid. You say some stupid stuff. Like a child. You're like a damn child. Oh, hey, Aunt. Don't you remember when I killed all your family fucking 2 days ago? Remember that? How you doing, Dad? Little straggler. Wonder. It's a wonder. beautiful. I'm really liking this build too. All in all, I really like the coils we built tonight. I wish I gotta be more not in chat during coil class. That's kind of what coffee talks for and stuff. So if next week I seem like an arrogant prick and I'm not answering your question, it's just because I want to teach it better. I want to teach what I'm doing better. Luckily, these coils we did tonight, we're going to be doing something just like them again. So that's what's cool about it. We will be doing a build just like this again when we do staple stagger fuse clapton. When we do staggerton, we're going to be doing a build just like that. And when we do nothing, we're going to be doing a build just like this. I don't even know what we'll do. It's like that one. Of course. How did you get out of focus? It is actually, it's all your fault. Actually, you know what, guys? You're not invited next week. Whoever was here, don't come next week, okay? I'll do it with 47 people that will shut the F up. But did you die, though? Look at that. All Wismec RDAs from way back when. Looking good. Very good. Very, very good, guys. I am super pleased with the picture right now. All right, so on my way out of here, let me tell you a couple things. First of all, thanks for watching, guys. I do enjoy these coil classes quite a bit. What's up, Colin? Colin, you could come minus, like, however long you were here, minus that from how long you're going to stay next week. So if you're going to be here for an hour next week and you were here for a half an hour this week, just come for a half an hour and we'll then come back the week after that. I am going to get a couple envelopes of mail ready to go out tomorrow, and I'm editing a video. All right. The 3 videos I am going to have out this week are Twisted Messes and Eclipse Cap. Twisted Messes 24 and Eclipse Cap. Skill RDA versus clone skill RDA. All these videos are recorded. They just need to be edited. And Merlin and Kim Dixon stands and goodies. Wooden stands and goodies. And swivel along with the install. Okay. So every day this week, you should see a video from me. All right, every day. Plus, patrons are getting an extra video this week. So, I did a little live video for the patrons this week, too. It was only a half an hour thing about Patreon and what I plan on doing. Other than that, just keep watching the videos. Go watch the tutorials. Now when you watch them, I'm making money off of it, y'all. Now, other than that, I will be live Saturday morning for Coffee Talk. My dreamer and Ardent's there for why? For why? Watch the video. For why? Boom, it's out. And it's going back. I got a video on that. Is what up on Patreon? There's a live video up on Patreon that's only for patrons. I could release it probably whenever. It's not like anything that like is like, it's really just talking about Patreon. So if you go to Patreon, it's a good video to watch. The video about Patreon, yeah, like what I'm going to do with it and stuff. The Dreamer's a good mech. It's a great mech. Don't get stainless steel. The Dreamer's a great mech, though. It is. I just can't do stainless steel anymore. Once I have one of these guys, like once I have brass mods, they just blow stainless steel out of the water. So do copper mods. Copper mods hit even harder, but they're a little smelly. Dreamer, yes. I like the Saint better probably, but the Dreamer's safer. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It may not be weeks later, but I'm going to be putting up videos on Patreon and then releasing them on YouTube later. Like, I might even do it with some of the tutorials this week. Like, you might only get it like a couple hours earlier. But, get a brass Dreamer, yeah. But that's what I'm going to do. Not all the videos. There's going to be a couple videos. Couple videos on Patreon first. And then it'll be released on YouTube. Yeah. Copper are smelly. Copper mods are smelly. Unless you have it coated with something. Black copper's good. Like, if you get something like... This is a copper mod with black coating. This is good. This is a copper mod without a black coating. It's not too smelly right now, but once you get your hands on it, it'll make your hands smell. We were talking about the Flattening earlier. The Flattening is a copper mod with black fiber optics. Carbon fiber optics. This mod was the crap. I gotta watch my language now, or YouTube's gonna rip down my videos. So I can't say stuff like fuck, shit, and bitch. All right. Smell like a fistful of pennies. Yep. If you want to smell like a fistful of pennies and have a mod that hits hard, get a copper mod. If you want a mod that hits hard and you don't want to smell like a fistful of pennies, get a brass one. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. I have not eaten dinner yet. Thank you very much. It was a good video, even though I'm not really happy with my performance, but it happens, you know? Especially at this age, just you can't perform like you used to when you were younger, you know? I'm out of here. That's my Davos face. She was a little girl. All right, I'm out of here. Everybody have a good night. Have a good week. And thank you once again. Thanks to all my patrons. I'm going to start giving shout outs to patrons too. Maybe in the coffee talk. Yeah. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. There should be a video up tomorrow. Hopefully early, but it might be a little later. We'll see. I'll do my best to get it up early.